Hi, my name is Megan Pidlone, and I'm going to speak on the importance of becoming debt-free through the Dave Ramsey program. Have you ever paid off $15,000 worth of debt on one salary in 1 year? Me and my husband Randall decided to do this after a lot of nominations from his coworkers and our church members on knocking out debt early in our marriage. Everyone knows when you get married, you never want to start off with debt, and that's exactly what we thought. People think that debt is inevitable, and it's natural. You can't get away from it. When the truth is, you really can't. These are things that we bring on upon ourselves. Through the Dave Ramsey program, he has strict steps that if you stay with these steps and keep the discipline, it will keep everything aligned, and you will be able to pay off your debt in a timely fashion. It gives you the ability to give and give your children a hope and give to others who are in need. It also gives you a chance to get a hold of your finances for a less stressful financial life, and Dave Ramsey is here to help you do that. The country of America is definitely stuck on debt. As you don't know, as our country is currently in recession, many people are stuck on credit cards, loans, repayment plans, financial aid, and other things that bog down people's finances. People think that this debt is natural and is inevitable, and you just have to accept it. It is a part of life, when really it's not. And as Dave Ramsey says, you can't let broke people tell you how to run your money, because that's why they're broke. Debt is not inevitable. You can run away from it, and you can resist it. This is how you get started. You first look at your personal debt and your annual salary. You see what your needs are in your life. How much you usually spend for groceries, how much you usually spend for gas per week, and then also per month. And that's how you budget for those things that are your needs, your utilities. And then you look at how much you make and how much you can afford out of your salary to be able to do that. And then next, you make a plan and you commit to the program. It takes lots of work and a lot of discipline, but at the end, with the reward of being debt-free, you will be glad you started this program. The first step of the program is to build an emergency fund. You save $1,000. $1,000 typically takes care of many programs that arise at the last minute, such as your car breaking down, something happening to the roof in your house, something happening to your children, or a family debt. Typically, $1,000 can take care of it. Save that up first, because you need to have a foundation to be able to do something if something happens at the last minute. You do not touch this money unless it's an absolute crisis. Next, you have a debt snowball. You make a list of all your debts, starting from the smallest debt that you have to the highest debt that you have. Typically, your highest one is usually your mortgage, but if you don't have a mortgage, then a lot of people, it's their cars or their loans or credit card debt. There's people who have $120,000 in credit card debt. You start with your lowest one. You pay that one off. While you're paying that one off, your other payments, you make the minimum payments for those payment plans. After you pay off the lowest one, you take that amount that you're paying on it and you add it to your second lowest payment that you have with its minimum payment, and you start paying that off. After you pay off that second one, you add the first and second payments that you had from your original plan of debts, and you add it to your third one, and so on. Like I said, it's called the snowball effect. It gradually builds, and it starts paying off debt, and next thing you know, you're paying off a lot of debt, and that snowball is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Your debt's getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and eventually your bank account will get bigger, 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 like your snowball. Once your snowball is paid off, except your house, you save more in your emergency fund. Typically, you save 3 to 6 months worth of your yearly salary untaxed. This accounts for if you get laid off, so that way you can still be able to continue to pay your utilities, your necessary bills, and still be able to pay your minimum payments on all your payment plans that are left over if you happen to gain any, or if you still had not gotten a chance to, you were close to finishing it off. Then you fund your Roth IRA, and you maximize your retirement investing. Basically, with your Roth 401k, you increase the percentage that you have taken out of your checks, so that way you can account for being able to retire early and be able to save money for when you do retire, or for your children for last minute situations. Like if your daughter says, "Hi Daddy, I'm getting married," you'll be able to pay for that wedding without stressing about it. Next, you save for college funding. We all know that our country is going down in the tubes right now, and with financial aid, everyone's a little frazzled. And I'm sure by the time we get older and we start having children, our children are probably going to have to pay for college full pocket. Let's face it, nobody wants to face that and have to pay that full pocket. But if you start planning now, you'll be able to attain that and be able to pay for your kids and to prevent having to stress about it when it comes to that time. And then last, you pay off your mortgage. You're probably thinking, wow, paying off mortgage, like that's really going to happen. But really, if you knock out all your debt with your snowball, then what do you have left to pay but your mortgage? It's inevitable. That's right. Paying off debt is inevitable. Not having debt is inevitable. The Dave Ramsey program, it accounts for your future. It gives your children a hope to be able to have a solid foundation when they get older in case you have an untimely passing. And it also gives you the ability to spend time with your family with the ease of financial stress and also to be able to give to others when you can. It also helps if you want to retire early. A lot of people want to retire early and live by the beach. That is the typical American dream, to be able to have the money, to not have to go to work, and still be able to live by the beach. That's my dream in the future. And the Dave Ramsey program helps people become debt-free, and it changes lives. It is not something that's a fad. It is something that has a lot of truth in it, and it's really just back to the basics of paying off debt and being able to be debt-free. Nobody wants to be tied to the chains of debt. So the Dave Ramsey program, it takes account and takes care of all the indebtedness that you have that was unnecessary. It allows you to save money and provide a future for your children, and it also provides you the ease of financial stress that nobody wants to have and live with for the rest of their lives. Will you choose to live today like no one else to create a relaxing tomorrow for your family and your future generations? Thank you.